Okay, let's jump right into it. Here I'm doing some assisted pull-ups. I did 10 reps here, and then after that I would go right into push press. Here it's only about 30 pounds of assistance, so I weigh about 185 pounds, so I'm doing essentially 155 pounds for 10 reps. Again, this is like the third week of the strength training program. It's a 12-week program where it's an upper and lower body split, focusing on the overhead press, the squat, the deadlift, and the bench press. Yeah, sorry about that. So here I go into overhead press. I'm going for a 3-rep maximum. It's a push press, so I'm going to use my legs to help me push the weight up, but my shoulders are doing the majority of the work. And then from there, I go right into a plank. So this is it's in that giant set format. This is Brian Alsruhe's program. So I just do 10 reps of pull-ups. This might have been my second set already. And I go right into a plank here and work. I put a 45-pound plate on my back, and I go for a plank for 1 minute. So it's a lot of work with not very much rest. I only rest for 90 seconds in between sets, and I attempt this giant set as many times as possible to find my 3-rep maximum on the overhead press. So yeah, here I'm just holding this weight for 1 minute straight, and at the end of the video I'll show you the exact format of the program and how I set it up. So yep, looking at the camera here, it's pretty difficult, with 90 seconds rest in between sets. You really don't have much time to mess around. This entire workout won't take you more than an hour really to do. I don't know why I keep looking at the camera. I think, yeah, I'm staring at the time. And yep, there we go. That was 1 whole minute. Okay, here I'm doing some assistance work. I'm doing standing dumbbell overhead press, doing 3 sets of 12. Really not really focused on how much weight I'm using, really focused on the reps, doing good sets, finishing off the shoulders. Just doing, focusing on the reps, less on the weight. I think I'm only working with like 35 pounds, which is pretty easy for me. Again, just short rest periods, no more than like 30-45 seconds. Here is the second assistance movement that I'm doing, biceps, which you're probably wondering why would you be doing biceps, but they do help out with the pull-ups. And I am focused on bicep hypertrophy. I want bigger arms. I think that's a weak point in my overall body, so I'm doing some biceps accessory work to get bigger gains, man. That's what I want. I want some bigger muscles. So doing some reps here just with the bar. Okay, so this is the bench press focused week. Here I start off with 10 reps of barbell row, right into 3 reps of spoto press, which I'll show you just in a second after I finish these barbell rows. I do 3 reps of that. The inch off of my chest is where I place the barbell. I just pause for about a second and then press back up, really focusing on the triceps. And then right into a plank for 1 minute. Everything is in giant set format, so it's 3 movements, right back to back to back. So the intensity is really high overall, so you don't have much time to really mess around or anything, and that's the kind of work you should be doing in the gym. I'd rather go in the gym, work hard for 45 minutes, really bust my ass, than just mess around for 2 hours and not really get anything done. So yeah, that's the whole point of it. And I go here right into a plank for about a minute and then I'll rest for 90 seconds and move on to another set, another giant set, and then I attempt it as many times as possible. And I'm going to show you the setup of my strength training program here just in a second. Okay, so this is how I set up the conjugate method. You are doing a upper-lower split, a 4-day split. Like I said before, everything is in giant set format. So you're doing 3 movements back to back to back. You're gonna do, so you can see here, 10 reps of kettlebell swing, 3 pause deadlifts, and then 1 minute plank. And you only get 90 seconds rest in between. ME stands for maximum effort lower, and you're always going to do a type of variation of your main lift. So if, for example, if you're doing deadlifts, you might do a rack pull, you might do a deficit deadlift. Any kind of variation will work, just as long as it's not the actual movement itself. And this is a 4-day split, like I mentioned before, and you want to really make sure that you're getting your rest. Like I said, you want 24 to 48 hours in between workouts to give your body and your central nervous system the full time it needs to recover in order for you to maximize your gains, maximize your output for all the effort that you're putting into this program. Okay, and so once you finish your giant sets, you're going to go into your volume sets, and so you're going to work with 80% of your top set. So however heavy, the heaviest set that you got on that day. So if you got 100 pounds on bench press at that day, for your volume set, you're going to lower it down to 80%. So you're going to work with 80 pounds, and you're going to do as many reps as possible for your first set of volume, and then your next 2 sets you're going to do 5 reps, and everything is still in giant set format. So you're still going to do, for example, if you were doing deadlifts that day, you're still going to do 10 kettlebell swings followed by 3 reps of deadlift, or if you're working volume, you're going to do an AMRAP, so as many reps as possible for your first volume set, and then you're going to do right into a plank. So everything is still in giant set format. Remember that. That's super important for your maximum effort days. Okay, here you're doing the DE, lower and upper, which stands for dynamic effort. Here you're really focusing on speed and not so much the weight as on your maximum effort days. So the intensity is a lot lower, but here you're working on conditioning. So for example, if you're doing squats, you're gonna do the competition squats. So you're going to do a lower bar squat. There's no variation. You do the actual competition squat and deadlift. You're going to do 3 reps of that. And then, if you want, you could do 3 reps of box jumps or 3 reps of burpees to up the intensity. And you're doing this at the top of every minute for 10 minutes. So however long it takes you to do 3 reps of squats, followed by 3 reps of box jumps, if you choose to add that in, and then however long it takes you, the rest of the time you have for rest. So it's a super hard conditioning workout that you'll do for 10 rounds or 10 minutes. And you're working with only 40% of your 1 rep maximum, not your 3 rep, your 1 rep, just to be clear on that, for 10 rounds. So not high intensity, but you're doing a lot of work in a short amount of time. Okay, so here we have an overview of the entire program. On the odd weeks, it's more of a deadlift and bench press focus. On the even weeks, it's more of a squat and overhead press focus, OHP focus. So if you look on the DE, which is dynamic effort, the percentage is going up every single week. So you're working with a higher weight every single week of your 1 rep maximum, the percentage of your 1 rep maximum for 3 reps. So the intensity gets a lot harder. And again, you're doing this for conditioning and you're working with bands and chains. So that is how I set up my strength training program. This is the Conjugate Method. I'll link the video to Brian Alsruhe's channel so you can see how he set it up and where I got it from. Thanks for watching.